guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here, and if you're new here, hello. My name is Ashley. I run things here at Gal, and welcome to my week 3 update of my 30 days of keto. Okay, so right out the gate, I am not going to be chatting about my no alcohol and working out for 30 days portion of my kind of own personal 30-day challenge. Not because it has tanked or anything, everything's going swimmingly, but last week was just crazy, and I feel like in the keto, realm of all of this, I have so much to talk about, and my brain is already a little jumbled with everything. Like, I feel like I have so much I want to share that I don't want to touch on those things. I kind of just want to focus this, like, all of my energy on the keto portion. So you will get an update about those things next week, in next week's video, but for today we're focusing all about like how I was feeling, how I was eating, and the keto to-dos from last week, if you will. Okay, so last week, let's start with let's start with this. So when I think of last week, I think the first word that comes to mind is shit show. For whatever reason, it just felt like a shit show last week, you guys. It felt really chaotic. Things just felt like off kilter. It's the only way I can really explain it. Now, when you hear that, you might think, oh, well then, if you're giving us a keto update and you're saying last week was a shit show, you obviously didn't eat keto. No, I was keto all week long, but it just was a weird eating week. I felt weird, and not bad. Not like I felt like crap, or I didn't like what my body was doing or trying to tell me, or like whatever. Like, I felt fine, but I felt weird. It's the only way I can explain it. So last Monday, so it was the day before my last update. So when I filmed my last update, this had already happened. But last Monday, Daisy and I were in a car accident. Everything's fine. The car is like mildly damaged. It's in the shop. It wasn't my fault. And more importantly, we're both safe. But it was definitely scary, and it happened at night, which made it a little scarier. And I wrote in my notes here, car accident set tone for the week. I just feel like, not even because I was feeling some type of way, like, I wasn't like carrying the car accident with me all week, but I just feel like that kind of set the tone for the odd way I kind of felt all week. So let's just talk about that. Let's talk about how I was feeling. So I think a lot of this has to do, basically my appetite was just like out of whack. And I think a lot of that has to do with my period. That's not something I would normally I wouldn't be normally so just like open about like talking about my period, because you might say to yourself, like, what the hell does that have to do with keto? But it has to do with it because I started my period so early because I'm doing keto, and in turn that kind of last week especially affected like how I ate, when I was eating, if I had an appetite. Not only did I get my cycle way early, but it also lasted a lot longer than normal. And I didn't even put 2 and 2 together, but I was also working out every day, right? Because part of my 30 days, I'm working out every day. And so those are like 2 huge changes, like major diet change, major weight loss because of that diet change, and then working out every day when I was not doing that before. I was working out, but not every day. So it's no surprise to me that like my cycle is completely off when it comes to like when I got it and the severity or length of it. But I definitely think that played a part in my eating patterns for the week. So when I look at last week and I think about my eating, one thing I can definitely say is that I was really picky last week, like so picky. Nothing sounded good to me. There were definitely like consistencies within the week. Like, I pretty much ate my keto cereal all week. I had coffee all week. But for lunches and dinners, it was like, I don't know. I didn't want what was in there, and that either led to me eating something different, still keto, but eating something different, maybe not something that I meal prepped, or like not eating in that moment and eating like an hour or so later. So that definitely caused my, like, I've been trying to eat dinner early. That didn't happen all week last week because of that reason. You know, it was just, how many times can I say weird? It was just between not knowing what I wanted to eat, nothing sounding good, and then kind of postponing eating. It led to a very odd eating schedule last week. There was even a day where I had, this is like terrible. I had a tasty pastry, one of the Legendary Foods tasty pastries in the morning with my coffee, and then nothing in there for lunch sounded good. Like I had stuff for tacos. I still had burgers that had been meal prepped. That didn't sound good at all. So I had cereal. I had the keto cereal, which has like protein in it. You know, it's not empty calories. But just not a normal lunch thing. And that's all that I had until dinner. So that, if you want like an example, that day would be a prime example of how the week went. For days when I actually did for lunch eat what was meal prepped, which were burgers, you know, while I ate those throughout the week, I kind of came to this realization that what I'm really enjoying this time around with keto is I'm keeping it simple. Like, I'm not overthinking things. You don't have to meal prep some like crazy 75 ingredient lunch, right? You don't have to cook some super complicated no carb keto recipe for dinner to be successful. I literally meal prepped burgers. I stacked 2 burgers with cheese. That was it. Fills me up like nobody's business and is super satisfying. This week I prepped chili for lunch. So dang easy and so simple. So I have found that when I eat kind of like that heavier lunch, it definitely satiates me until dinner, and it's easy. Okay, now that I feel like I've kind of explained how I felt throughout the week, I don't think I did the best job, but I hope you guys kind of get a gist about it. I'm gonna talk about eating out. We ate out so much last week. So we ate out once just like during the week, and then over the weekend, Daisy was at my parents' house, and last minute we decided to go and have a little staycation. So we drove up to Irvine, which is about like an hour and a half from us, and we did some shopping, went out to eat, and stayed at a hotel, and it was very fun. It was much needed childless alone time, grown-up time. So, but because we were gone, we ate out. So the one day last week that we ate out, that was like during the week, it was Tuesday night, I believe, we went to Chili's and I ordered the Santa Fe chicken salad. I got all of the dressings on the side, and I got it without tortilla strips. There's no way to calculate the macros on that because the nutrition they give you is with all the dressing and with the tortilla strips. But that is what I chose to have. I was like specifically craving that salad. Also kind of, you know, that falls right into kind of how the week was in terms of like, I know I don't want this and I definitely want that. I like specifically wanted that salad. It was bizarre. Then, okay, starting over the weekend, Friday was the day that I had the tasty pastry and the cereal. So my carbs were literally 8 net carbs for the day. We went to Wood Ranch, which I've mentioned before. It's a barbecue place. It's so easy to eat keto there. I got the salmon, which was 0.6 net carbs, and I got mashed potatoes. Sue me. They were 10 net carbs. And like I said, I was at 8 for the day. So I had the salmon, the mashed potatoes. When we got home, I had a cup of coffee, and then that was my day. So, you know, fit in perfectly with my carb count for Friday. Okay, then we're on our little staycation. We ate at Yard House, which is kind of like, it's like American food. It's not upscale. It's kind of like a sports bar, but definitely like higher end food than when you just think like bar food. I got a Cobb salad. I got that without, I think they put corn and edamame. I got those without those, and then the dressing on the side. The next night we went to Seasons 52, which is actually a really cool restaurant. They are very health conscious. They list nutrition facts for everything, and they're all about kind of like smaller plates. I don't want to say lighter, but like they're just very it's a very like macro friendly restaurant if you're trying to eat healthy, not just if you're trying to eat keto, just if you're trying to be a little bit more health conscious. I had the steak and green beans, and then the last meal that we had was the next morning. We actually weren't gonna eat, this was the morning we drove back. We weren't gonna eat breakfast there. The hotel provided like you know, they don't have their normal like buffet breakfast that was included because of COVID. So they were like, you can come down and get like a little breakfast box, you know, it's included in your stay. I was thinking because the restaurant was open, they just weren't like serving the buffet breakfast. I thought it was gonna be like eggs and bacon and stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay, perfect, it'll be keto. No, which was still very generous, but it was like a muffin, a bar, like a Special K bar, an apple, and like a juice, like pretty much everything that we couldn't eat. So Cernan went to get us coffee, and next to the coffee place there was this like I don't even remember what it was called, kind of like a hole in the wall, but their menu looked delicious. So he texted me when he was getting coffee and he was like, hey, do you want to split something from here? So we got a breakfast burrito, or I actually think they called it a wrap, with chorizo, feta, spinach, and charred tomato. We split it and I just dumped everything out of it and then discarded the wrap. So definitely a lot of eating out last week, but all keto. And I am so proud of myself. I am so proud of myself because, I mean, I'm really dedicated to this 30 days and I don't think there was no chance in hell I was gonna go off track because I'm like almost at the end. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. But if you've been here a while, when we go on vacation, when we spend a day at Disney, when we do little staycations, I eat what I want. And this staycation, I was keto the entire time. So that leads me to my weight for the week, which I'm sure. So you're like, come on. That's why I put timestamps, okay? If you just want to see the weight, you can forward ahead. Last week, I came to you at a weight of 147.2, and this morning I weighed in at 146.4, which is a 0.8 pound loss for the week, and a total loss over my 3 weeks so far of doing keto of 7.6 pounds. Another week of me just being like over the moon. I am just so excited. Like the scale is moving in the right direction. I feel so good. I feel great. Y'all, my clothes, like, it had been a while that I had put on like actual clothes. Not because I didn't want to, but it's just when I'm just, you know, when I say it, not because I didn't want to, I mean like not because I'm like, oh, I don't look good, I don't want to wear my clothes. Not like that. Just because when I'm running around here with Daisy, I'd rather just be in like leggings and a sweatshirt and throw on my running shoes. You know, like that's just how I would rather be than wearing jeans. So I hadn't really put my clothes on in, I don't know, a bit, maybe a week, maybe a little less than that. Anyways, I picked like a super cute outfit because, you know, we were going to like do fun adult stuff, and I just felt like $1,000,000. My clothes are fitting so much better. I bought a lot of stuff specifically at Old Navy, and everything just fit like the best. And that for me, the feeling of feeling really good in general, yeah, but like feeling really good in your clothes is a feeling that cannot be, for me, like reciprocated in any other way. My confidence is just like at an all-time high, and I'm just kind of all about that right now. I think back to the weekend that we went on vacation, the weekend that we were in Big Bear right before I started this 30 days, and I was just feeling so blah. I was feeling sluggish. I was feeling just blah. And I feel the complete opposite of blah right now, and it feels good. Okay, so let's talk about, I'm just looking in my notebook here. Let's talk about goals for this week really quickly. So my goals for this week are not super different than what we've heard in previous weeks. Wake up early, 50 ounces of water. I've been doing fantastic with my water intake. 50 ounces of water every day, and then continuing with the balanced workouts. You guys know I'm trying to balance out my 20-minute and 30-minute workouts, so I'm not lining up those 30-minute workouts so close together because it's exhausting. So I'm gonna continue with that. And that's all I have for you guys this week. I'm just excited to embark on another week. So my 30 days is up a week from when you're seeing this, so next Wednesday. So what I'm going to do is next Wednesday, you'll be getting a what I eat in a day, and then Friday, you will get a full update video, right? Because it'll be the end of the 30 days, so I can kind of do not only a recap of the week, but a recap of the entire journey. And then I'm fairly certain we're gonna keep it trucking, you guys. Like, if physically and mentally, because y'all know when I made the keto to low carb jump, a lot of that was due to mental stuff. So if physically and mentally I'm continuing to feel this way, I'm gonna keep doing it. And when I say keep doing it, I mean like this too. Tracking carbs, tracking my weight, tracking my, like, this notebook is just, has been a complete game changer. So we'll talk more about that in next week's update, but yeah, that's all I got for you guys today, friends. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. I will link both of my other update videos in the cards if you haven't been following along. And I will see you on Friday with a what I eat in a day video.